Mr. Chairman, I'd like to thank you for finally holding this hearing on the reauthorization of the Export-Import Bank, even though it comes less than 3 months before its charter expires. It's been over a year since this committee even discussed the bank at a subcommittee hearing to assess its progress on reforms. But let's be serious. This hearing is not going to be a forthright discussion on the merits of the bank. Mr. Chairman, we know your position on the bank. We know you've made ending the bank your top priority, regardless if it's at the expense of thousands of American companies trying to compete against businesses in China, Russia, Korea, and countries across Europe, all of which have their own version of the XM Bank. I'm dismayed to see that the Republican leader-elect, Kevin McCarthy, has also changed his view on the Export-Import Bank. I'm saddened that he has followed the lead of the extremists in an effort to show his Tea Party credentials. At one time, programs like the XM Bank were so apolitical that they did not even require a vote. Now, policies that create thousands of jobs and increase American competitiveness are under constant attack. I'm becoming more and more concerned that the Republican Party's willingness to work together on issues like flood insurance, TRIA, and the Export-Import Bank has fallen victim to fringe elements who put their agenda over the well-being of our country's workers, manufacturers, business owners, and the broader economy. As the extremists celebrate, I have to admit, I mourn it is as a loss for our country. Our new reality is government shutdowns and debt ceiling crisis. It's constant uncertainty. It's not knowing whether the government is going to help pick up the pieces after a major flood or terrorist attack. It's about telling businesses large and small, you're on your own to go up against competitors who are backed by global superpowers. And now they have set their sights on, quote, exiting the Export-Import Bank, an entity that creates or sustains hundreds of thousands of jobs, and over the past 5 years have supported $233 billion in U.S. exports. I'd like to take a minute and thank Representatives Denny Heck and William Lacey Clay, who have just yesterday introduced a clean XM reauthorization bill with 200 original Democratic co-sponsors. Mr. Chairman, I'm not an expert at whipping votes, but if you add these co-sponsors to the 41 Republicans who recently signed a letter in support of XM's renewal, I believe you have a majority of the House in support of extending the bank's charter for the long term. Opponents of the bank like to use the term crony capitalism. Well, over the past few weeks, we have been working hard to learn more about the so-called crony capitalists that have been supported by the bank. Their stories have been astounding. Mr. Chairman, did you know there are 12 exporters in your district that I guess are crony capitalists, and 11 of them are small businesses? Over the course of this hearing, Democratic members of this committee will share with you the truth about these hard-working Americans, not cronies, that are assisted by the bank. They are companies like SpaceX, an ambitious and revolutionary firm based in Hawthorne, California, in my district, that designs, manufactures, and launches rockets and spacecraft. It is the first private company to build, launch, and dock spacecraft at the International Space Station, and it's a company that has been strongly supported by the Majority Leader-elect Kevin McCarthy, who went so far as to call its founder, Elon Musk, the Wright brothers of the next generation. In just a few short years, the XM Bank has authorized close to $900 million in support of exports from SpaceX, creating thousands of quality, high-tech jobs across California and in the United States. I wonder, when Mr. McCarthy decided that he no longer could support his friend, Elon Musk, or support the bank that keeps SpaceX innovating and competing, despite the fact he's identified himself as a big supporter of SpaceX. I too believe in SpaceX because I know the pain in my district that has been felt over the years after losing our manufacturing base. Supporting companies like SpaceX is critical because they're bringing manufacturing jobs back, and they're ensuring the United States remain a world leader in the manufacturing economy of the future. So I thank you, Mr. Chairman. I look forward to this hearing, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Chair now recognizes